The pioneer edition of the Duos Festival gave us a taste of the transcultural perspective in art and art education program, which saw local and international artists interact and share ideas using art. After polishing up with what was a miss during the first one, the second edition was back, rejuvenated, with the focus being pulled on women empowerment. This is how it went down. Enjoy. Following the success of the first Duos Festival edition in March, artists and fans from Kilifi County were hot to trot and eagerly waiting for the second edition, which came bigger, better, and sooner than anyone had anticipated.
Duos Festival is a part of a big project that is dedicated to art and education. And we work with many partners here in Kenya. We are coming from Academy of Fine Arts from Poland. We work here with Kenyatta University, we work here with Pwani University. We have also partners in local, like for example, Technical University of Mombasa, but also beneath Baobabs. Our partner is also a National Museum in Poland, in Szczecin. And the idea is that we meet for 1 month, one artist from Kenya and one artist from Poland, and they work together. And they work together on the project, and they work together with students, they work together with the local community to come up with different fields of arts. So 100 people working for the festival. We expect a big audience, and as the teams are also working in different locations of Kilifi, we also have different public in these locations. So it's not like a centralized festival that you have to learn, you have to come to one point. No, this is the festival that is spreading around and going to people and do the research.
Inasmuch as the coast might be saturated with an array of artists, the number of female artists remains relatively low, a statistic that dictated the motive and intention behind this second edition's theme.
Women empowerment is an important issue all around the globe, and also in Kenya, and also in arts. There are fantastic arts, fine arts, crafts and culture here in Kenya, but women are not enough visible. They are there, they are working, they are creative, they are innovative, but they are not that much visible, not that much hearable. And this, what we want to do with this edition of the Duos Festival, is to bring light to them. Arts and culture are still here, mostly dominated by men. It is also both at the educational level and in the art world. And this is something that we are trying to change, contribute to the change, telling different stories of different women, regular women, local women, active women, innovative women, showing the importance of them for the art, culture and society as such.
The name of Mekatilili will for sure come up with description of every project, because as the previous edition of Duos Festival in March, it was under the name Community, because we came here, the first aim was to learn about the community here and the artist's role within the community. Then we recognize it's actually not so many female artists that we meet when we work. So we decided to dedicate the second edition to women empowerment, and knowing, like we are here at Giriama Ground and Miji Kenda, that they have a hero that is female and that is very important, we decide to take her as our patroness.
Through the spirit of Mekatilili, who was, some call her a feminist, she fought for women's rights. She was also a child defender. She was very protective about children. She was environmentalist, somebody who really cared for the land and was disturbed by what was happening with the land, someone who opposed land and house taxes. So a lot of the subjects we touch on have to do with this, and a lot of women issues as well.
With the clock ticking at the double, every artist paired in duos had to coordinate and work on their projects to ensure that they will be flawless during the closing 2 days of the festival.
It is 8 duos of women artists. So we have a music duo, Shangazi Masika, Licia Pilarczyk. We have a dance duo, Marta Ziółek, Fejt Pamboka. We have ceramic duo, Fauzia Ali Khan and Anna Molska. We have textile duo with Shiru Karimi and Irena Ziarniewicz. We have my mom, street art duo, Linda Szuma, Natalia Szostak, press duo, Shiro G and Justyna Machnicka. Who am I missing? Installation duo, Shaila Aga and Aneta Grzeszykowska, and animation duo, Iza Plucińska and Sheila Okanga.
Anna Molska from Poland.
Good morning.
A ceramist, a seasoned ceramist who works with porcelain. I'm Fauzia Folke. I'm a ceramist working with local clay. We've been invited by the Duos Festival to work on ceramics and do a mosaic installation. So we've worked with the students of Pwani University, hoping that they will also have an arts department and will have a ceramic studio. We've been experimenting with the local clay, red clay, and porcelain to come up with a signature line, which is from the tableware. So that's what we have done. We have taught our students how to make cups, and they made the giraffes. And I had on the line some little birds from local clay and also other clays.
My name is Sheila Okanga, and I am part of the Duos Festival. I am one of the artists that's been paired up with Isabella from Poland, and we are the animation team. We have 6 students with us, a mixture of students from Pwani University and students from the community who were all very interested in animation. I myself am not actually an animator, but I've learned a lot about it, and I'm really honored to have had this chance to do this because it has helped me find also the wealth of talent that is in Kilifi. The type of animation that we're learning here is called stop motion. Yeah, it's where you move the object and then take a picture.
My name's Wanjiro, better known as Shiroji. I'm from the journalist duo, and we are working on a magazine which we call Mekazine. We came up with this name because we want to embrace Mekatilili wa Menza, our heroine. And Meka in Mijikenda means mother of. So a zine is a kind of like a less formal magazine. It's a smaller format and a bit less strict with its rules. So we called it a Mekazine. And this is the first edition.
My name's Ashiro. I'm Wanjiro Karemi, officially. I'm a natural dyer. I'm an artisan manufacturer. And on this project, we worked with my partner, Irena, to collaborate in making prints on naturally dyed fabrics and other synthetic materials like the t-shirts, as you can see.
The ocean being where many would visit while at the coast was not left out. An installation meant for creating awareness on the state of marine life was particularly show-stopping and was encompassed at the festival.
My name is Shaila Aga, and I'm an artist exhibiting the installation sculpture piece for the Duos at the TPAA festival. And so for me, ever since I moved to Kilifi, I've been going into the ocean on a regular basis. And there's just been one current recurring theme, which is every time I go into the ocean, I have to swim further and further away to look for fish and coral and life, any sign of life. So the more I've been going in, the more I've been realizing that there's just too many loose pieces of dead white coral. It's like a funeral of all the beautiful life there. So I realized that I needed to do something about it, and I always consider myself an activist, especially through art. So I figured now when this Duos Festival came, it gave me a great opportunity to do something about it. We created a sculpture, which is an abstract face, but it's also a cage. We've actually talked to marine biologists that have advised us that the best thing to sink in the ocean is something that has spaces and holes so that the reef can naturally grow on it and the fish can have little tiny houses and places to hide when the tides are high. So we actually took Savannah, one of my friends and dear sister's face. She comes from the Kiza tribe, which is as close as we can get to Mekatilili. And we took her face and we used her jawline and her cheekbones to create this beautiful sculpture, and which we aim to sink into this beautiful ocean. We're hoping that it can help with the reef restoration and can actually grow and keep evolving and put Kilifi on the map.
A rich sense of culture is often associated with anything that has to do with the coast, from the dress code, the language, to the way of life. This necessitated the need for an event that promotes and espouses transcultural art to tell the story of local artists to the world.
The festival itself is focused on contemporary art, through which we are making the connections between Kenyan and Polish contemporary artists, now pairing 8 Polish and 8 Kenyan women artists. And they are working together with a group of students, also passing some knowledge to them in textile design, in painting, street art, dance, music, crafts. But this is not only bringing something, this is sharing. And this is what is most important in this project. That is about the sharing experiences, knowledges, learning about each other, and finding this what is common in us, in our cultures, and this what is different, trying to analyze, understand it better. So this kind of encounters are not only bringing good artworks, they are bringing also the better understanding of oneself to each participant in the project.
Wachoraji wa humu na zawadi zote za nyumbani. Sasa ameng'ang'ana kama mwanaume kuzileta kule mashinani.
I think it's always important, and I truly believe that sharing experience and exchanging what we know and what we've learned is beneficial for everyone, you know. So we are very happy that we can collaborate here with Kenyan artists, because we learn something new about the culture. We learn something new about it, how art and education function in other parts of the world. And we can help with our expertise, but we are also humble enough to learn how the things are done here, you know. And the project will continue. So now the Kenyan artists will come to Poland. They will visit Szczecin Academy. They will have an exhibition in a national museum in Szczecin. So the perspective will switch.
Altogether, there is a need to introduce the study of art and culture in learning institutions so that young people can learn on the importance of culture and practice art from an early age.
The first pillar is the art festival. The second is the art education that we are implementing now at Płani University, with curriculums in art and design on diploma and bachelor's degree level, now hitting Senate and later going to commission. The programs are to be started in 2022.
I'm Lewis. I'm a student at Pwani University and currently 4th year. And in this Duos Festival, I was in the category of art education, and we were majorly doing about teaching the kids the basic aspects and techniques and concepts of art. So from what you can see here, this is the result of what we got. This one the painting behind me was done by PP1 students. Those are kids now, and they did a live session with us whereby we were directing them on what to do. And basically the most important thing was about the technique, how to hold a brush, a marker, so that we give them all the marker pens with different colors, and then we give them the freedom to use them.
Our partners from education will also work in the same time thinking about how the art can be taught here in Kenya for it to be contemporary, to face the global market, but also to still be here rooted.
I want to thank Rosita and Flavia for having identified our school and having interacted with our children, because they are coming to the school. There are many other schools, but identifying our school, which is even quite far from Kilifi town, was really an opportunity we cannot take for granted. The interaction was quite inspiring for children. They got to learn so much, something that wasn't really coming out so well in our curriculum, the women empowerment, and they managed to help the children understand what women empowerment is and gave them an opportunity, which I would say clearly that we hadn't reached that level.
This second edition was confirmation that Africa is a rich hub of unique art, some still to be discovered, and a host of individuals bubbling with talent, ready to tell the African story through avenues like the Duos Festival.
The Duos Festival is not the kind of regular festival as you can find in many places around, because it is not centered in one location, but it is dispersed through Kilifi town in various places, so that it is accessible not only for the people who already know the culture and already are interested to art, but is bringing visibility to art and culture for the community, for the local community that can access it easily and take the ride even with a free bus that we are offering for the visitors. Another thing that is special about the festival is this, that there are not like one-man performances or one-woman performances or just a group staging, but this is a cooperation of Polish and Kenyan artists that are put together, that are creating one. They are finding the common space, of course relating to one's own histories that everybody is bringing, but also relating to the local context and building something that can be experienced and analyzed for the better future of young generations.